Kiddies, welcome to the second episode of Windowless Van. We're back with more information that hopefully you'll find useful and or entertaining. So sit back, relax, you're already in the van. You've tasted the candy, there's no leaving now. Take it away, Joe.
Joe Hamilton here. Let's see, today I'm going to start us off real quick by talking about Star Wars Episode 7 and the expanded universe. Yay! And my fellow Star Wars fans, I have to break something to you and this will hurt. Please be seated. They will not use the expanded universe. I know you've read 60 novels, so have I. They don't care. And there's a very good reason for that. And the good reason for that is it's a muddy, jumbled up mess. For example, the first rumor that I've heard this week about the casting call we talked about last week with the 3 young characters and all that kind of crap. That's actually official, so it's not really crap either. I'm using that way. They're talking about Jaina Solo, Han Solo's daughter, for those that don't know Star Wars, will be the main character of Episode 7, which is likely. But she will have a love triangle between the Jedi Knight Zek and Jagged Fel. Zek's a low-level, weak Jedi Knight in the universe. Jagged Fel is the current head of the Imperial Remnant. Now, that's some very obscure shit. I don't expect them to use that, not even remotely. Remember, Star Wars fans, they're not going to do it. You're just going to have to nut up and get over it. Now, I know a few of you have read the expanded universe, or at least large portions of that. I know you have, specifically, Jason.
Yes.
What do you think about this?
I really don't think that they need to go into the expanded universe. I mean, the expanded universe is good. It's something that exists. It's something that I've enjoyed. But, like when you read a comic, for example, and then they make a movie out of it, it's not going to follow exactly. For example, The Crow. The graphic novel, awesome. But the movie, not really like the graphic novel. They lifted parts of it, there are elements that they lifted, but it's its own piece on its own. They're remaking The Crow. And actually the writer of The Crow, the original graphic novel, has signed on as to the new movie, as an advisor for it.
Sweet.
What he said though was, don't look to this to be a remake of the original Crow movie. This is a movie version of the graphic novel, again, a redo of a movie version of the graphic novel, not a remake of the original film.
Okay.
So that's the way that Star Trek or Star Wars fans need to kind of look at the expanded universe. That they're not going to live directly from it. They're going to basically be trying to follow the line of the original script for episodes 1 through 6.
As they should.
Exactly.
As they should. They shouldn't throw up Heir to the Empire or anything like that. Just let it go.
It was a good story. It was fine. But it's not going to go into the movie.
It's not a movie. It's not a movie worth story.
It's not really him. You're right, exactly.
Fans, get over it. Anybody else got anything to add on that? How about you?
I agree. Get over it. You know, you can lift place names, you can lift planet names, you can lift character names. Individual characters will be fine. I personally would love to see Admiral Kelly.
Yeah. No, absolutely. He'd be a great character to bring in.
But, yeah, get over it. The longer you go, the farther in you go, the more muddy the expanded universe is. So, you know, it's time for something new.
Going into that, we all know that whenever you look at something original, whenever they do a remake or a new series branch of it, it's never going to be the same. Whether it's a graphic novel, an original movie, a comic, what have you. Isn't that the same way with the Lone Ranger, Kevin?
Yes, actually it is. I'm glad you mentioned that, Alex. Lone Ranger. New movie just came out a few days ago. I'm sure you guys have heard all sorts of things about it. Reviews have been not kind. Let's put it that way. Yeah. From my own perspective, it's a popcorn. You go to it, it's 2.5 hours, you forget your troubles, you munch on some popcorn. That's pretty much it. My basic arguments against it are, it's an origin story. You have the same problems with any origin story in this movie that you do in any other. You have to go in, you have to introduce the characters, you have to go in, you have to have everything happen to the main character. In this case, everybody thinks he dies. You have to have him rebuild himself with an alternate identity. You have to have the introduction of the sidekick, in this case Tonto, played by Johnny Depp. It just doesn't mesh well as a great narrative. It's no Star Trek. It's no Man of Steel. My biggest problem with it, really, was the use of the Lone Ranger theme song as the musical backdrop for the climactic action scene. It just doesn't work. It's too airy, it's too light. It works better as a riding piece. If you're riding across the desert, it's great. If you're in the middle of a gunfight, it doesn't match up. So that's all I'm going to say about it. Where would I rank it? It's not the best movie I've ever seen, obviously. Definitely better than Mortal Kombat Annihilation. If any of you have ever seen that.
You brought out Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
It's better than the live-action Street Fighter. I know that's setting the bar extremely low, so my recommendation, wait for it to hit Netflix or Redbox.
I do have to throw in real quick. I checked out the moment I saw Johnny Depp in blackface. Haven't we stepped beyond that? I mean, can't we? There are plenty of funny Native Americans. Do we really need Johnny Depp playing a...
Johnny Depp actually is part Native American, as dumb as that sounds, because I know a lot of people are like, I'm 1/8 Cherokee, or it's like, no, you're white.
You're a United States. If
you're a white kid.
If you are from the south of the United
nonetheless,
States,
that was his justification for playing Tonto. Was,
yeah.
I am part Cherokee, or I'm not sure what native tribe that he claims to be a member of. But
I'm going to pull a word out that is Lumbee in origin, Native American. It's called malarkey.
There you go.
Means bullshit.
We're loosely translated.
I thought it was ridiculous.
Yes.
I really thought it was ridiculous.
I'm of course playing devil's advocate, but
no doubt.
nonetheless.
No doubt. I mean, it's a Lone Ranger movie, not Tonto and the Lone Ranger. That irks me.
And they did make Tonto way too important of a character in this.
Yep.
And they gave him way too much dialogue.
Yep.
And if you ever watch the original Lone Ranger, Tonto is, he doesn't talk that much.
Tonto is a sidekick in this movie. He is
a star,
He's a star.
And the Lone
Tonto
Ranger
movie.
is more like a sidekick,
Exactly.
almost.
Going off the original, Tonto was just that sidekick there to save him once he was getting in incredibly hot water. The new one, they bumped him up from a C-level character up to maybe an A- or a B+.
Lone Ranger was down on the ground fighting the guy. Oh crap, he gets his hat knocked off, which means the hero's getting his ass kicked.
Yes, that's
So he's fighting whole 9 yards, and here comes Tonto with that 1887 Winchester, and blip!
Damn.
One shot, one kill. Tonto saves the Lone Ranger, but it's still not a Tonto story.
Exactly.
Going along that line of the whole detective with the sidekick spiel that the Lone Ranger's based off of, Kevin has mentioned a show, Netflix, is where he wanted you guys just to wait to watch it. While you're waiting, go on Netflix, watch a show called Copper. It's an American BBC show set during the U.S. Civil War. Take note, this is during the Civil War. You've got a lot of gray area as far as what you would consider appropriate TV. A, this is BBC, they get away with murder. Get over it, it's awesome. B, think about this time frame. You've got mass riots, you've got the Irish of New York worried about the influx of southern population coming in, looking for jobs and stability. And then you've also got a lot of hem-hawing battle that gets amazing at times, tedious at other. Your lead character, a guy by the name of Corky, ends up coming back from the war, finding out his family is virtually no more. His wife is gone, his child is murdered. He spends the series just trying to get answers. And by trying to get answers, this is mid-1800s, that's code for beating the hell out of people. So I'd say, give it a shot, take a look at it, see what you think, let us know.